Hi, my name's Amanda Thompson. I'm here in Nova Scotia fishing for the bluefin tuna. It was back in 2009 that I started fishing. I went to a tournament in Cabo San Lucas and actually did pretty well. We were placed second in the catch and release. Since then I decided to get more into fishing.
Well, what does it look like again?
Yeah, then this Indian guy calls you that.
Pelican body. This thing, it's got wheels on it. It's got stickers all over it.
I think that fuel might have had water in it.
Started fishing the competitions, mostly in Cabo San Lucas. 2009, 2010, I entered about 3 competitions a year. And did fairly well. In 2011, a friend that I was fishing with suggested fishing in Australia and also here in Nova Scotia.
You just put the wrench on there so it stops it from spinning.
No. But I mean, I smoked for some wine. Doesn't take it.
Your lungs heal though.
Yeah, they said within so many days your body starts.
We were talking about the things that happen when you're catching a record and things that can happen losing the fish. She was saying maybe it was her luck. I was explaining to her there's a man by the name of Stuart Campbell that holds a lot of records. Fighting a fish on 30-pound tackle in Madeira, probably a 1,200-pound fish. And the mate had the leader several times, and one of the times he let the leader go, Stuart forgot to wind the swivel to the tip, which allowed it to swing. And as soon as there was any movement, it swung around the rod about 4 times. They let go, the fish took off and pulled him out of the boat. He went in the water, removing all of the guides from the rod on the way. So the line broke eventually, but it took him down probably 20 feet, and he came back up.
It saved his life.
A few minor bumps.
The boat was backing up at the time.
And the captain was conscious enough to, when he saw him go, he swung the boat to one side and pointed him. It's only necessary to use whatever drag it takes to overcome the fish. So, I mean, realistically, we can catch a 1,000-pound fish with 40 pounds of drag. It's just going to take a lot longer. So, like doing this, it's just playing a different game with the fish.
Back up when you're fighting.
It's close. It's close.
But haven't you had like stories where guys are like getting sick?
Oh, throwing up in the chair from exhaustion.
They probably throw up the shirt. Like
Well, they
doing 5 quick dances and
they overexert themselves and they think, oh, I'm going to catch this fish, or they think when the monofilament comes on the reel that this is it, he's caught, and then he makes another 500-yard run, and now they're out of gas. When they really need their energy, they're completely gassed, and you're trying to tell them, pull, you have to pull, you have to pull, because these fish, it's straight up and down at the end, and it's just you and the fish. It's a constant swim in a circle. So basically what happens is he swims this way, and then as soon as you see that line start to change direction, we come back. So you gain line as he's coming to the top, and then he'll go back this way and we pull forward. So you always want to pull, never stop pulling. If you let him get negative direction on you versus keeping his head this way, you can sit there for hours and hours because he won't give up. He has forward momentum, he's got water over his gills, and all he's doing is regaining his strength. Every time he sits there slow, he's getting rid of his lactic acid in his muscles, he's resting, and that's when you get those fish that make 4 and 5 runs. These guys can't put the pressure on at the end. typical day, we like to say it's Groundhog Day here because we wake up in the morning, go to the boat. We usually check our herring nets. If there's no bait in our herring nets, we catch mackerel. We catch mackerel regardless. We try to have a few different types of bait. The herring more for chum, the mackerel if we drift or we're blind fishing. The mackerel are alive. We keep mackerel in about 100-gallon tank with circulating seawater. We fish two different styles here. We'll either drift with the live bait, or we will chum and drop dead bait or live bait and dead bait at the same time. We try to cover ground when we're drifting to find the fish. If we know where the fish are, if they're on our net or they're on a piece of structure, or if there's herring boats fishing, then we just use dead bait and we can chum the fish right to the boat.
About what happens to the tuna after you catch it?
Well, when we do harvest our one fish, we come to the wharf here and you talk to buyers and they'll sample it, take it for a sample. You can make a deal with somebody and ship it on consignment, or sometimes here there's some buyers and they'll have an auction. You can put it on the auction and let them bid on it. So it's whatever you choose to do.
And what do they do to like dress the fish, or what happens to the fish before you can sell it?
Oh, well, we come in here and you heist them up there and they come over with the forklift and they take them in and then they butcher them. They cut the head, take the guts out of them, cut the tail off. They get them ready for market, you know, and then they take your dressed weight then. If it's 900 pounds dressed weight, you cut yourself a 12 or 1,300 pound fish round, you know. But yeah, they get them all ready to go to market and they slush them, put them in ice here, cool them down, and then they put the call out for some buyers if they want to come looking.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Andy Moyes. We're fishing today in the Gulf of St. Lawrence, Northumberland Straits, on the Fisherman's Bank, hoping to catch a really big bluefin tuna. I come here on vacation every fall to try to catch the biggest bluefins we can. It's an amazing place. You get to see schools of fish, super-sized fish, beautiful weather most of the time, great people, and it's just a joy to be here. Hopefully we can make something happen. Originally we brought our own equipment, and now these guys have purchased their own, had their own rods made, bought their own reels, had the blueprinting work done to the reels, and they've really evolved into real charter boats now, so we don't have to bring anything for them.
Here in Nova Scotia, I'm fishing on 80-pound line, trying to get a record for the bluefin tuna on 80-pound line. The current record is set at 974 pounds. That record has been in existence for about almost 20 years now, and is pretty tough to beat. You need approximately 980 pounds, but probably closer to 1,000-pound fish on the 80-pound line. Although there are a lot of big fish around here, it is just very difficult to hook the right size fish, and without putting too much tension on the line. These fish are extremely strong, and so it is very difficult to get the fish to the boat. Now, the things I like here in Nova Scotia is that they're very conservation conscious. They do not just butcher fish. They only get one fish. They get to harvest one fish a year. The rest of the charters that are taken out, they release the fish, and I've witnessed that the fish are still very much alive when they are released.